Hi guys, welcome to my channel. It's Nashola Sewing. In today's tutorial I'll be teaching you how to make an Ankara hairband. Do wait to like and follow for more tutorials. For now, let's get into the video. So I went ahead to cut 3 pieces of fabric, 2 big ones and 1 small one. The bigger one measures 16 inches by 6, then the smaller one measures 10 by 3 inches. Since the head circumference is 25, the head circumference of my client is 25. So I will go ahead now to stitch each of them by the sides. Then I picked up my elastic to measure it with my fabric. The elastic is a 1-inch elastic, but I cut around 6 inches for the elastic. I had already gone over to the sewing machine to sew each of the I went ahead to sew each of the fabrics. So what I'm basically doing now is turning the fabric to the right side. After I finished turning one, I went ahead to arrange it to ensure that the stitching line is in the middle of the fabric. Then I went over to turn the second one. For the smaller piece of the fabric, I had to use my scissors to turn it over because my hand could not just turn it. So I used my scissors. It aided me in turning up the fabric. After that was done, I already went to iron my fabrics, ensuring that the middle line, my sewing line rather, is in between the fabric as I showed earlier. So I picked up my elastic with the aid of my safety pin. I inserted my elastic into the small piece of the fabric. After that was done, I used my pin to secure it, my office pins to secure it at each edge. So before I could go over to the sewing machine to run a stitch over. After inserting the elastic and securing it with my pin, I'm going to take it over to the sewing machine and run a stitch over at each side to hold the elastic properly. After that was done, I went over to the big side, ensuring that the stitching lines were both in the middle of each of the fabrics. I made a cross like this, as you can see, then hold it at each side, just the way you are seeing me doing it. In order to secure my elastic, I have already formed the front side, just like holding and dragging it, so you can see it. I went over to secure each side with my pin before I fix the back part of the headband. After securing each side, just watch how I place my elastic inside. Placing it neatly, I'm going to wrap it up with the bigger part so as to cover the end seams before heading over to the sewing machine and running a stitch over. After running a stitch over, as you can see, I'm going to go to the other side to repeat the same process. Just watch carefully so you don't get confused. After placing the other side of the elastic into the main piece of the headband, I went ahead to run over a stitch, then folded it over, and that is it for the headband. That's all for this tutorial. Thank you for watching.